Good morning students, we will continue with the 11th standard economics chapter 9. The lesson name is Development Experience in India. So at the time of independence in the year 1947, India was typically backward economy in the field of technology, and also India was using agriculture. In agriculture field, India was exhibited or using the feudal or semi-feudal institution. Then பண்ணை தொழில் பண்ணிடுறாங்க அதை சொல்கிறோம். So in the 1991, India faces severe economical crisis. To respond to that crisis, they have introduced a set of policies, that policy is known as structural reforms. So what about this policy says about major? The aim of this policy is to correct or weakness sectors, whatever there means in the rigid areas, or strict rules can be implemented in the various sectors like industry, trade, physical and agriculture sectors. So to implement this one, the government has introduced the LPG, that is liberalization, privatization, globalization. See, this LPG are called as triple pillars of new economic policy. So the liberalization, in the sense, it refers to the removal or relaxation of a government restriction in the field of industries. That means a de-licensing, de-control, de-regulation, subsidy, that and all should be restricted. Next one is a privatization, in the sense, privatization means the transfer of ownership or the management of enterprises from public sector to the private sector. That means disinvestment or a denationalization, we can say. So this has given the gateway to the privatization. Next is globalization, in the sense, integration or connecting a domestic, that means Indian economy to the rest of the world. That means they have to give a non-tariff barriers, difficulties, anything that has to be restricted. Then it has given the open door to the FDI and the foreign portfolio industry. That means FDI, FPI, we can say. So these are the, then we'll go, what will be the, to implement all this in the LPG in the Indian economy, what will be the favors or what will be the advantages of using the LPG, that we'll go and see now. Next, first one is that because of this liberalization, the licensing policies are given, because of that deteriorating of a growth of economy. That means it given a boost to the Indian economy. Before it was it's not in the as much as growth was implemented. And the second point is that because of this privatization only, the private sectors are given opportunity to earn a profit. Next, because of this globalization only, the whatever the foreign investment made in India, that means that means there will be a improvement in the human resources development in the country. Third point is that the globalization, because of this globalization only, the natural and the human resources of developing countries were destroyed and exploited by the developed countries. And also developing countries are treated as a market for the finished goods of developed countries. And we can say, in the sense, a surplus or excess capital of a developed country were invested in the underdeveloped countries. And also the outdated technology, whatever it is there in the developed country, that will be used in the underdeveloped country. So ultimately, the rich country were benefited more and more. Then we'll go for the argument against the LPG. What will be the disadvantages of using this LPG? The first one is that because all the foreign countries were launched in India, the FDI because the restriction was not much severe there. So many companies were launched in India. So because of that, their corporate companies were using a better technology. Because of that, the product is very standard. To compete with that corporate company, the local company cannot compete with that corporate companies, MNC companies, we can say. And next point is that privatization. So to favor the monopoly of power. Privatization, in the sense, one company or one corporate company will be control. They will control the full market. The other smaller companies cannot be survived in the market. Because of this, the social justice will vanish, and because of this, there will be a many more disparities or widen among the people of other places in India. And also the globalization, it leaded to connect all the economic in the one umbrella. Because of globalization only, all the countries came into one umbrella of world market. So it gave the pay for the redistribution of power in the world level. Because of this globalization, economic crisis of a developed country, anything crisis in the developed countries, that will be impact or it easily spreaded over the developing countries through the trade, because they launched their FDI, their company will be, their branches will be in our country, means it will be whatever the trade practice, whatever there in that country, if it's affected, that also will be affected in the developing countries. So after the 1991, the LPG was introduced after 1991. The foreign exchange reserve started raising, and there will be a increase in industrialization, and also pattern of consumption was increasing, because the people started working in the corporate company, their salary will be increases, the consumption also will be there, the purchasing power also will be increases, and also there will be increases or in the modernization of or will be infrastructure facility also will be improved in the field of highways, metro railways, flyovers, airport, all will be. But all this development process has a severe impact on a social, economic, political, demographic or ecological issues have been made. So in spite of all this development process, Indian people has faced economic problems such as poverty, unemployment, discrimination, social explosions, deprivation, poor health care, increase in inflation, agriculture stagnation, food insecurity, labor will be migrated from the rural to the urban area. This and all has happened. Disinvestment in the sense, selling of government securities of a public sector or government properties, that is PSU, public sector unit. If it's going on in the loss, means that can be sold to the private sector. That is called as a disinvestment. And we can relate the position of Indian economy in the worldwide and also in the Asia. So according to the IMF 2016, they have published. So in the world level, GDP, that is gross domestic product, a share of our India is a 2.99%. Because of this, India is considered as 7th largest economy of the world. And also in Asia, GDP, that is a gross domestic product, shares will be 8.5%. Because of this, in Asia, India is considered as the third largest economy of the world. First, China and Japan will be the follows. Development experience in India in the field of industrial sector reforms means the Prime Minister of India announces the new industrial policy in the year 1991, July 24. One marks they may ask this one. The objective of this new industrial policy was the clutches of bureaucrats, and also the abolish the restriction of foreign direct investment, FDI, and also the liberate the restriction of MRTP Act, that is a monopolistic restricted trade practice. And also they wanted to increase the employment opportunity in India. For the new industrial policy of 1991, the government has given some initiative measures. In that, first one is industrial delicensing. According to this industrial delicensing policy, the end of industrial licensing and also red tapism was came into end, and the private sector firm was given legally given a license to start a business. In that, second one is the de-reservation of industrial sectors. Under this industrial policy, the three sectors, that is atomic energy, mining and railways, were continued to be in the public sector, that is government only, it will be in the government sector. Other sectors are given to the private sector. Private sector participant can be given. Next, third one is will be in the reform related to the public sector enterprises. That means the main aim on, if anything they loss in the public sector, means that can be sold to the private sector. There should be a competition between the sectors. If any sector is going in the loss, means that public sector can be given or sold to the private sectors. Fourth one is abolition of MRTP Act. MRTP Act is in this MRTP means monopolistic restricted trade practice. It was launched in the year 1969. According to 2010, the Competition Commission has started to look after all this. That means we can say the overlook or watchdog, or to monitor the competition between healthy competition in all the sectors or not. That should be maintained or looked after by this commission. That commission is called as a Competition Commission. Next one is the fifth one, foreign investment policy. According to this, the red carpet welcome to the foreign investment or foreign technology. This increased the competition improvement in the business in India. FDI and FPI allowed to launch the corporate company in India. So automatically the high technology, high investment industry was launched in India. Thus, it gave way to the automatic permission for the FDI, foreign direct investment. So India has set up the FIBP, that means Foreign Investment Promotion Board, has set up to negotiate with the international firms and also have to get the approval of the direct investment areas. Agriculture sector reforms. During the 1984 to 85 and 1995 to 96, the growth rate in the agriculture sector is 3.62%. And 1995 to 96 and 2004 to 2005, the growth rate is 1.92. There will be a wide variation of yielding crops. The farmers were shifted to the cash crops, and before they were using traditional cash crops. In spite of all this, the farmers were there in the indebtedness. This has been lead to the poverty among the farmers. So the government of India has launched the crop insurance policy. The government India has launched this because the farmers will be affected in the time of a drought, floods or natural calamities. In that time, the insurance can be given to the farmers. So according to that, the government has set up the Pradhana Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, that is Prime Minister Crops Insurance Scheme, launched in the 2016 18th February. One word again as this one. So according to that insurance policy, 2% will be given to the kharif crops. Kharif crops in the sense barley, peas, wheat. That means the crops which can be grown in the autumn season. And also 1.5% will be given to the rabi crops. That means the winter season it can be grown. That is called the mustard gram, we can say. Next is 5% will be given to the horticultural crops. That means spices, fruits, vegetables, decorative indoor and outdoor. Next we go for the cold storage. India is the largest producer of fruits and vegetables in the worldwide. but 20 to 30% of a production will be lost because of the post-harvest losses. The quality and quantity of fruits and vegetable, or we can say the perishability of fruits and vegetable only will decide the price policy. But to overcome all these problems, the Government of India, the Ministry of Agriculture promulgated or a promotion ideas will be given, that is called as a cold storage. In the year 1964 under the section of 3 Commodity Act of 1955. But this cold storage is not adequate, facility will be not given all over the India. The post-harvest losses measure will be calculated by the agriculture produce at national level. It can be rupees of 92,651 crores. It was calculated in the 2012 to 13 and 2013 to 14 in the year. In the wholesale price only they estimated this by the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICAR. And also how much will be losses of in the food product because of the shortage of a cold storage will be they given the strategy will be given the food processing in the Ministry of Food Processing India in the year 2016. According to that, cereals will be 5 to 6 percentage, pulses 6 to 8 percentage was losses, fruits and vegetable 5 to 16 percentage, milk will be 1 percentage, fishery will be 5 percentage, and also marine will be fishery in the field of marine, land in the sense rivers, ponds, marine in the seas, ocean, and that loss will be the 10 percentage, meat will be 3 percentage, poultry will be 7 percentage. These are the given strategy will be given by the Ministry of Food Processing India in the year 2016.